Good morning. Welcome to the Ag Market Network Export Sales Report Review. I'm Pat McClatchy. I'm the moderator with the Ag Market Network. Today is the 14th of November. Let's go ahead and get started with the latest report. Just came out a few minutes ago. Cotton. Net sales of 158,300 running bales were up noticeably from the previous week and 88% from the prior 4-week average. Increases were reported for Indonesia, 40,500 bales, including 8,800 bales switched from China and 400 switched from Japan. Egypt took 39,600 bales, and China took 26,000 bales, with Vietnam taking 10,700. Looking at the market as it's trading now, from where it was when the report came out, we're looking at the market up. March cotton was up 18 at the time the report came out. Now it's up about 37. So we have rallied a little bit better number than we were looking for there. Now let's go to wheat. Net sales of 417,700 metric tons. That's up 57% from the previous week and up 14% over the 4-week average. Increases were reported for South Korea taking 60,300, Dominican Republic taking 49,000 metric tons, and unknown destination taking 46,700 metric tons. The reaction of the market at the time this came out, December wheat was down 1 3/4 pennies, and now December wheat is down 2 3/4, so we've dropped a cent there. Now let's go to corn. Net sales of 505,300 metric tons. That's up 6% from the previous week, but it's down 39% over the 4-week average. Increases were reported for Japan taking 189,300, including 66,700 switched from unknown destinations, and decreases of 19,600. Mexico took 88,300, and Saudi Arabia took 71,500, including 65,000 metric tons switched from unknown destinations. The reaction in the corn market right now, corn was down 2.5 at the time this came out. Now corn's down 3, just weakening just a small amount. Let's go to soybeans. Net sales of 1,074,300 metric tons. That's down 33% from the previous week and down 28% from the 4-week average. Increases were reported for China taking 733,000 metric tons, including 168,000 metric tons switched from unknown destinations and 55,000 metric tons switched from Spain, and decreases of 20,500. Then we've got Mexico taking 101,100 metric tons, Thailand taking 85,600 metric tons. Looking at the reaction there, soybeans at the time this came out, January soybeans were down 12 3/4, and now January soybeans are down 13 1/4. So pretty close to unchanged there. So taking a look at the report, no surprises. Cotton was a little bit better than we thought, and the market has reacted. But we need to talk about what's happened to the market over the last week since our last export sales report. So let's just sort of review what the markets have done in all these, in the grain, oilseed, and the cotton. Looking back over the last week, cotton has sold off 626 points over the last week. December wheat has actually rallied 48 cents over the last week. December corn has rallied 30 cents over the last week, and soybeans have rallied 90 cents over the last week. So let's talk about that. Why are we seeing grain and oilseed doing that? Well, it's a combination of things. We've seen tightness in soybean meal for some time, and that's been supported for soybeans, and that seems to have spilled over into the corn and in the wheat, and that's led to technical buying. The large funds have come into the market and have been buying corn, wheat, soybeans, and it's been very supportive for all of it. So I guess in looking at this, the question is, well, what do we do now? What do we expect now? And as long as soybean meal stays strong, we can expect beans, corn, and wheat to all stay strong. I would expect, though, that in the coming few weeks that we can see this market consolidate and see it back off. I made some notes here. Hard to guess on this, but looking at what kind of retracement we could expect over the next 3 weeks, I think we can see all these markets retrace what they've gained over the last week. Soybeans would mean that maybe a sell-off of 80 cents. Corn, perhaps a sell-off over the next few weeks of 30 to 40 cents, and wheat, a sell-off of 50 to 60 cents. Remember, that's just taking back what market has gained over the last week. That's not a real dramatic thing for the market, but that's what we're looking for there. Now let's look at cotton. What has cotton done over the last, as corn, wheat, and soybeans have all rallied, cotton's actually sold off in recent days. December cotton has sold off 626 points. That's a 5-year low. Significant for this market to see a 5-year low coming in as we've broken down through 60 cents. And but we are seeing the market try to rally a little bit today. What has happened? Well, it's been a combination of things in the market. We are looking at the export business has dropped back off. Today was a little better, but a combination of business being slow, funds selling the market. We're seeing as harvest progresses, the pipeline starting to fill again. That's put pressure on the market. On Monday, we had our crop report come out, and there was a surprise. The carryout was increased. Didn't really expect that. And they did not increase exports. And those two events were damaging to the market. We actually were up a good bit going into the actual number coming out, and then it was met with that. The market has turned back down. So the question is, what do we do now? What do we expect? Well, with this sell-off in the market, the technical damage that we've seen to the market, I think we can see over the next week or two, perhaps this cotton market, December trading at 60.13 and March trading at 59.08. We could see March trade as low as 55, but perhaps closer to 57.5. And in that area, we'll see. We'll see if we start seeing demand pick up, see these markets, see the cotton market start to recover off of these 5-year lows. Now, one question that we need to address is this. It's early. It's November the 14th. But with grain and oilseed moving up, with cotton moving down and looking into next spring, there are going to be some considerations made at some point as to what our farmers are going to plant. As we look at that, and when we look out at next year, we're looking at December corn. This is 2015 corn trading at 427. November soybeans 2015, November soybeans at 1030. And at the same time, December 2015 cotton trading at 63.30. There are going to have to be some changes made. Decisions will have to be made down the road months from now when decisions will be made on planting. But there should be some acres lost for cotton if we stay at this relationship between corn, soybeans, and cotton and what farmers can plant. So that really, let's wrap up our meeting for today. We appreciate you joining us today for the Ag Market Network export sales report. We hope you'll join us again next week as we report on these numbers and give you comments on the market. Thank you.